Good morning.
Nora.
This is our earliest start yet. We started like 2 minutes before dark. And actually, that was the last of us. Some of the crew, most of the crew, half of the crew, started probably 15 minutes earlier than that. Oh, it's a beautiful morning.
The hills are alive.
Yes. With the sound of music.
I was thinking about the world's largest and the world's cleanest. Thinking of the Hesslers this morning. Just thinking we were kind of spoiled by the Hesslers always taking care of the world's cleanest. And while we did have a privy last night, it wasn't quite up to the standards of the Hessler Haven.
Yeah, that we had grown accustomed to.
And so Hesslers, if you're watching at home, we miss you, and we're thinking about you. The world's largest is still here.
Yes, and just as it ever was.
As it ever was.
But yeah, the boys and Cassie lit out probably at 7:45. Maybe even a little earlier for Cassie. And it's supposed to rain today, rain overnight, and then I don't know what's tomorrow. All I can think about, all I can mentally hold space for is that it's going to rain today and tonight, and it's kind of cold. So Natalie's in the back somewhere. Hopefully she made the right turn. This is Rocky Top. Fontana Lake in the distance there. Well, Nora. Other kids out there somewhere. Beautiful. Me too. Great news, everybody. Natalie went the right way. Are glad you didn't. And you can do Rocky Top dance now.
Oh, yay.
We can do it together.
We can do it together?
All right.
Wait.
Wow.
No, I haven't seen it.
How you doing, Jay?
I've seen like
Jay, you cannot bury that in here. Throw that out.
This?
No, the food piece.
Where?
Right in front of your left foot, I think.
Hear that sleet on the roof, sleet and rain.
I'll throw it out.
It is sleeting. Off and on. We are in here
I've never had it.
packing up after lunch. It's really appealing to think about heading out there. But we've got another 6-ish miles to be done for the day. So now we're out hiking. It is raining and or sleeting. Right now it's kind of raining. There's Nora up there. It was raining and sleeting just a second ago. So Will and I prefer the sleet. We prefer the sleet, right?
Yes.
Even if that means that it is
3 degrees colder.
34 degrees instead of 36 degrees or whatever. Because the sleet doesn't get us quite as wet. It just mostly bounces off. Nora looking pretty cozy up there. She's got her coat on, and her raincoat, and her hat, and her gloves, and her buff. Feeling pretty good, right, Nora?
Yeah.
She nodded. And the other kids further ahead, we are headed hopefully to stay in a shelter tonight and be out of the rain.
90 something.
Oh, so
The boys also caught the sunshine. Yay! Also, a little reminiscing. Jake's Creek Trail. We've hiked that with a Jake, no less. Uncle Jake, brother Jake. We hiked that a few years ago. We are really glad it is sunny right now. Nora and I were saying, if the sun could just come out for 5 minutes and just dry some things off, warm us up a little. And now that it's been 5 minutes, we're hoping it will be forever. It won't be though. It will rain, at least overnight. But I don't know what more it will rain today. But we are thankful for every minute of sunshine. Been waiting to get to this pine forest area. It smells so good, especially since it rained. I'm sure that freed up the scent a little bit, and it really is beautiful. Always kind of reminds me of when they enter the forest in Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. No, not Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz in the movie. But no lions, tigers, and probably no bears. Almost to the shelter for the night. So this is the shelter we're gonna stay at tonight. Hi, Matthew. Looks like all the kids will get to be in the shelter, which is great. And Will and I are going to set up camp outside. And yes, which is nice. Only one wet tent. We even got a service dog in here, which is an unusual treat.
Super cute though.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like Carlson, it's a girl.
Right. A girl named Bella.
Yep.
Well, now we are in the shelter we're staying in, and now it's hailing. I don't know. It's hailing pretty hard. I hope Jackson stays there until... Alright, everybody's back safely from trying to rescue each other from the privy. This is quite a bit of hail. What is he doing?
Going to the bathroom.
He's in his pajamas. Good morning. We are hiking out after that sleet and hail and rain thunderstorm experience last night. And we were going to just go to the Mount Collins shelter today and then continue tomorrow to Newfound Gap. But right now we are trying to just go straight through to Newfound Gap and then go into Gatlinburg to a temperature controlled environment. It is supposed to rain again today. Hopefully not until we've hiked for a little while, but it is chilly. Maybe not quite freezing, but close. I'm sure it's not warmer than 40, probably a little less. So there is supposed to be a shuttle from Newfound Gap, but yesterday that road was closed because of snow and ice, which is always lovely to hear when you are out hiking and also hoping to drive somewhere that it's snowy and icy. So we are praying that by the time we get there, they will have reopened the road. It's definitely not snowing or icing this morning, so hopefully that will give some time for our road crews to get that road cleared and reopened. I don't know if the shuttle will come, but one step at a time, which is what we're doing, right, Matthew?
Yep.
One step at a time. Up to Kuwohi, formerly known as Clingman's Dome. That will be 200 miles, and it's the highest point on the AT, so you can expect me to make several all downhill from here jokes in the next few miles.
David said that Katahdin was the highest point, and I was like, no, Clingman's Dome is.
Yes, that's correct.
He said,
6,600
he
feet.
said that Katahdin is the highest point, but Clingman's Dome is higher, hiking higher.
Well, I don't know what to tell him about that. I don't understand the difference.
Katahdin, you're already pretty high.
Okay.
Before you even hike up it.
I'm sure Katahdin is fairly high, but Clingman's Dome or Kuwohi is the highest. So, hooray! We're excited to get there, and even more excited to get to our hotel tonight.
Guys, doesn't it look like these? Look, guys. Doesn't it look like this side and this side just had a war and all the trees are dead and getting...
No, that's just one.
I don't know what you're... No. Look at this tree, look. Look.
Bro, what?
Mom said it kind of does look like that. Stop it, David. Looks like these two sides had a war. I don't know who won, but it looks pretty deadly. These guys still want to fight. Yeah.
So, when Jackson was born, I took the 5 oldest kids on this hike, except going the other way and out and back from Clingman's Dome. Matthew was 3.5, and we did 12 miles in the Smokies, and I only carried him one time up one hill, and it was on this stretch going this way. And I remember that. I remember thinking Matthew is so tough. Like, he can do anything.
Cap.
I ain't gonna cap. Matthew's pretty tough.
David doesn't think so. He's so mad. He's
David's hiding in the back.
I'm good.
David's hiding in the back.
I did the hike too.
Cassie, that's just
Not all of
wonderful.
it, because I need to go in the back.
Also, Cassie had to go to the bathroom. And Melissa had to run ahead with her because Cassie had to go number 2. And she didn't want to go with us. So Melissa and Cassie ran ahead and took the bypass trail to the parking lot.
And I remember you being really
I was nervous
impressed.
that I'd go the wrong way. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember.
But Melissa really handled it. So
Would she do that now?
she
Yes.
might think more about it now than she did
Oh,
then.
Mom,
But
don't
I-
turn over there.
I think she would be able to do it just as capably.
Bro, what is Jackson doing?
Cassie, how are you? And Natalie is back there somewhere. She was delayed by having her pack hung.
This looks like
All right.
where the orcs would be.
It does.
No, this is where
It's like Fangorn Forest
That's what Dad said.
in the Hobbit.
in Lord of the Rings.
Mom, look,
What
there's Natalie.
madness
Wait,
drove
this
them
is-
in there? Oh, and look,
Mom,
Natalie.
you guys waiting for me?
Not really. No offense.
It's okay.
I like this weather.
It's definitely sleeting again. I think this is actually called grapple. It's like snow sleet. It's not quite big enough to be hail.
This is better weather than
Sure. It's better wetter than hiking in pouring rain.
Because you're getting hot. Oh, yeah. Because you're getting hot while you're hiking already, so.
We only have 0.3 to Kuwohi. So yeah, just a little bit further.
I'm almost out of water. Me too.
Okay, it's okay. We can get more.
Yeah, last time I went up here, it was so crowded.
Careful, Cat.
Yeah. So nobody can come to the road. All right, 200 miles.
I remember this place. Well, we came to the road, but that's right now.
Come up.
I remember this place.
Come up at the turn.
I remember this place. But only this.
Here's David. 200 miles, David.
What's the mountains to sea trail?
What?
What's the mountains to sea trail?
I don't know.
Hi, Jackie. It's not a highway, Jackson. It's the top of Clingman's dome. Yes, it is.
This is 200 miles, Jackson.
Yep.
You've hiked over 200 miles now. What do you think about that?
We're less than 2,000.
Less than 2,000 to go.
All right, it's story time. So my first ever backpacking trip, I think it was in March of 1994. We were trying to do Clingman's Dome. It was the Faith Missionary Church middle school youth group.
From where? Like, where
Oh, you know, I don't honestly know from where. From the low country somewhere.
Okay.
And on the flyer that they handed out to everybody before the trip, they said, make sure you pack for cold weather just in case. Who knows, it may snow. And we all kind of laughed about that because it was like late March and like, it's not going to snow. And then we got here and the first day we were hiking up and it was just snowing and snowing and snowing. And there was a river crossing that the bridge was out, or all that was left was like a tree trunk across with like a hang rope, and it was all these middle schoolers. And our youth group leaders, Greg Pugh and Rich Best, decided in their wisdom this was not a good idea to try and do with the middle schoolers. So we did some different hikes instead, and did not end up making it to Clingman's Dome that first time. And that first night of sleep was one of the most miserable nights of sleep I've ever had. So cold, everything was wet.
Because somebody had dropped their pack in the river, right?
Somebody dropped their pack in the river and it kind of miraculously floated to shore. And, yeah, but we really loved the trip, and the next year we came back and we did summit Clingman's Dome, a lot of the same crew. So
Everybody came back.
well, I don't know if everybody came back.
The guy dropped his
Most
pack
of the
and he didn't
people
come
who were
back.
on that trip came back the next year.
The guy that dropped his
And the
pack.
weather was beautiful the next year. But the joke was, I mean, we always just joked, who knows, it may snow. Sure enough, here we are
It is snowing.
in April, and it's snowing on Clingman's Dome,
Yeah.
aka Kuwohi. Sorry.
Yep. This is the top of Mount Collins.
Jackson, we're at the top of Mount Collins. How do you feel about it? Good.
It's named after one of our favorite literary characters.
My favorite in the Jane Austen universe, Mr. Collins. Yeah, I think it's named after him. And yeah, a lot of great qualities, good hair, a strong devotion to Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
Yes, a real sensitivity to interrupting.
And you know, he didn't get down when he got turned down by Elizabeth Bennet. He just bounced right back. Charlotte Lucas, bada bing, bada boom. You gotta respect it. Mount Collins, it's good stuff.
Mount Collins! Walking into Newfound Gap, new state, Tennessee. Beautiful views up here. But they do have a flush toilet. So dreams really do come true. This is always a highlight. My favorite bathroom. Miniature stalls.
Cassie just goes,
I
don't
just
you?
can't stop giggling when I come here. Natalie, just go in and just close the door. But you don't need it to be taller, but if you stand up, you might be just looking at somebody in the stall next to you. How is everybody feeling to be off the trail?
My ankle hurts.
Still wet. Living in luxury.
And yeah, living in luxury. We are glad to be off the trail. Somehow we're still hiking in the rain, but this has been an exciting few days
Jackson, don't fall, I'll put you in.
on the trail. Hey, Matthew! I am so serious. Do not mess with him. Glad we got that on video.
I'll get it while you
No.
over there.